Welcome to Bleachers and Speakers. I'm your host, June. Foss. We got one. Got a victory today. Lions win 42-17. Me and Foster said it was a must-win game. They did not disappoint. 10-4. Was it did we panic?
Ooh, we stood on business today, boy.
Stood on business today, man. Stood on. And you know what I noticed, Foster?
Huh?
Offensive line was healthy today.
Yeah,
Ragnow was back. Glasgow didn't have to play center. You didn't have to have anybody replace Glasgow. And there you have your starting five. And they looked pretty good after the first couple of series, kind of filling them out a little bit. Ben Johnson rebounded and called a great offensive game. I think there was a time where they scored 5 times in a row. Am I correct? 5 touchdowns?
I can't. I don't know, but I wouldn't be surprised. I would not.
I think it was a 5 possession stretch where they scored a touchdown starting from, I think, the second quarter, maybe late in the first quarter to the first possession of the third quarter. Scored on every possession. The defense played very well. Very well. And you notice a wrinkle, boss? You see it?
What you mean?
It was blitzing from the corners a lot.
Yeah. The secondary was definitely. The blitzing has gotten better for sure. They're just getting there. They're getting there.
And spotted a playmaker back there today. Somebody whose number we haven't called, number 6, Iffy. Iffy was back there making plays today.
Yeah, I was talking to my brother in the group chat when he was cracking up. It was like, I think he took Tracy Walker's spot. I ain't see dude out there.
I didn't see Jerry Jacobs either.
Never saw outside of special teams. Yeah, I didn't see him at all, and it's crazy because Iffy is literally playing with one hand, but they still figure that's a better alternative. So.
Man, and help is on the way. I mean, every week that goes by, you'll see players starting to come back. Houston is due back soon before the end of the season. You got CJ with Seti Deuce. Seti Deuce will be back soon. I think he even gave a date, and the date he projected is before. It's after this game, but it's before the next game. So he's been cleared to practice. So I expect him to practice this week, and he should be on the field. It's right on time.
Just enough to work him into the rotation. Because he'd probably fall into either Branch's spot or partially, or Iffy's spot. If he's definitely balling, so
if he's balling, man,
I don't know if you want to break that, but yeah, that's the reason why Walker got his job back, is because CJ got hurt. So want to just work him in, see what we got there, because all I can remember is CJ just being everywhere the ball was when during the preseason and the Chiefs game. He was all over the ball. So I expect that to continue now that he's back.
That offense was humming today.
It took him a minbut
it took a minute. It took a minute. The first few, now Denver has a good defense. So but
I told you, I knew there. My bad. I knew there was some opportunities for us to do something because their run stopping is ranked pretty low, and they're kind of just middle of the pack pass wise. But they definitely have some good players. So they got Surtain. Did Surtain play?
Yeah.
Surtain played. Simmons, he broke up that first pass to JMO.
Yeah.
Barely. They went to JMO very early in the game, so it was just brutally obvious that it was like, okay, why haven't you?
The
Whatever.
the offense was night and day versus Chicago and today.
I mean,
Uh,
the strategy was just
the strategy.
totally, yeah.
Um, Richard Bossler says, "Great win we had to have. Nice to see." I agree, Richard. We needed to win today, and besides, Minnesota lost earlier. So, and we have 2 games with them coming up. So, we needed Minnesota to lose just to have a little cushion, and we won. We stood on business today. Took care of business. Got the W. 10-4. I think the Vikings are in second place
Yeah.
almost at 7-7. So, we're looking pretty good.
It was nice to see that was probably the largest differential of points all year, right?
Ye if it wasn't, it felt like it because
30 point, what was that? 45 to 17 or something like that.
yeah, 42-17.
Yeah, that's I said 31. I think it was my prediction, matter of
Yeah,
fact.
yeah. Sean O'Toole says, "Golf was great tonight. Still think extending him is a bad, bad, bad idea, but for what he is, tonight was proof or concept for what you can do when things are optimal." I've always said this about golf. He's serviceable. He can get it done, but there's some weaknesses about him. Um, for me, you need a quarterback that can improvise and be mobile in today's league, and he may be able to improvise, but the mobility is just not there. Like, he looks very uncomfortable when he has to, run around in the pocket or escape or some. You could see when Russell Wilson had to escape, it looked totally different when he was trying to get away, and he got away sometimes. He got away. That pass rush was on him though. Oh, I love seeing the pass rush get home. Uh, Bugs was playing. Bugs got a chance to get on the field, and he definitely took advantage of his playing time tonight. Bugs was playing. I mean, I can go around and just name defensive and offensive players that stood out. St. Brown, Gibbs got 100 yards. I think he ended up with 100 on the dot or very close to it. Sam Laporta, if he's not rookie of the year, then it's only because CJ Stroud won it. Laporta, I think, well, yeah,
That's a
2
good
touchdowns
point.
tonight.
He's up for rookie of the year. He scored what, 3 today? 3 touchdowns or
It was
2?
something like, I know it was 2 for sure. Can't remember. If anybody out there can tell us whether Laporta scored 3 times or twice, I know he scored twice. The first touchdown and the last. I don't know if he scored in between there.
3. Scored 3.
He scored 3. Yeah. Hey,
That's
man.
decent total. He's gotta be at what, 10 by now?
Man, I don't know, but he's very, very productive, and he has become a go-to for golf. It's very, very,
Oh wow,
very,
he's
very
only
dependable.
got 6. That's crazy.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's not a lot considering he got 3 tonight. I thought that number would be bigger than that, but hey,
That, that sounds hard to believe, but okay.
yeah, yeah. So, Mark Pajo agrees, has 3. So does Rich. So 3 is it. He had 3 tonight.
That's half
3.
of his total for the year.
Yeah, yeah. He was golf looked good tonight. He didn't turn the ball over, and this is what you had to have. You when the Lions have had trouble is when golf is turning the ball over. They pulled up the stat again. They said the last 7 games, uh, 7 turnovers.
That's
No,
behind.
3.
That's behind them, though.
It was 10 turnovers, 3 fumbles, and 7 interceptions in the last 7 games.
Whew.
Yeah,
Yikes.
that's nasty work. Nasty work. Uh, I'm sorry
You,
for
you
pronouncing
almost
your
got it.
name wrong.
But
I'm
The
sorry.
J
No
is probably
offense.
silent or
I'm sorry. I'm terrible with if you watch this show, I'll mess up a name in a
because
minute.
Rodriguez Gonzalez at least.
Oh, man. See, Foster, now you bringing up old stuff, man. Now you bringing up old stuff. Iffy. Iffy played very well.
Yeah.
Very well. Originally, I thought he was a corner when he was drafted,
I believe he was.
and I think they moved him to safety.
Yeah.
He's fast enough to play corner, but
He's big. He's a pretty
he's a
big dude.
big guy. He's 6'3", 6'4", and you saw him back there playing, making plays. I had a few people asking me, "Who is number 6?" I'm like, "He's been there for a few years now."
Yeah.
Uh, uh, Hutch was relentless. I think we saw tonight what can happen if Hutch gets a little help on the other side
He definitely got it.
because Irvin was working.
We needed Irvin versus
Yeah,
versus the Bears.
yeah, yeah. We should. We definitely missed him. But you know what? Looking back at that game, Foss, that game didn't go bad till the end of the third quarter.
Yeah.
It was that one play that broke that broke us, and it was the bomb
Good job. Oh,
on
sorry.
fourth down. That was that one play.
You talking about, is that you talking about the free play or something
Yeah,
else?
yeah,
Yeah.
the free play. It was that because it was 13 then, and they threw a bomb on fourth down touchdown. Now, mind you, it was only 20-13. We just didn't score again. They scored
Yeah.
again after a fumble and went for 2 and made it 28-13. That game is a lot closer than what it looked like because that game didn't change until the end of the third quarter. Now, mind you, that's a game where St. Brown had how many catches? 2 or 3?
Yeah, three. It was 2 for 23. Yeah, I think it was two for what was it, 3 for 21. It was
It was
nasty.
a nasty number. And then you see what happened tonight, right? When you get that
I
man
knew
the
there was
ball,
no way. There was no way that they could recreate that effort from Laporta and Brown and Gibbs. I mean, not Gibbs. Even JMO. That was kind of crazy.
yeah,
We're not
and
we're
then
not used to JMO getting many targets, anyways. But
J-Mo had a phenomenal catch. Y'all got to show J-Mo some love, man, because what's scary was he makes that catch, his knee bends in a crazy way.
that was
He
crazy.
he jumps up and goes to the sidelines and starts running on it. He's even looking on the camera on the playback to see how bad it was because he's worried about his knee. I was worried about his knee. Um,
Looking
but
back.
he was fine. He played after that. I don't want to scare anybody, but first thing I thought was, oh Lord, that knee bent kind of ways. Smog F87 says current rookie of the year betting odds.
I think that's coach.
CJ Stroud 20,000. I don't know who that is. That's Puka Nakua is
The
from
Ram.
the Rams.
Yeah.
Plus 2,500. Jameer Gibbs plus 4,000. John Robinson plus 5,000. Jordan Addison plus 10,000. There's no yeah, that is coach. So there so there's no Laporta in there at all? That's crazy.
Yeah, probably because he only has 6 touchdowns. Oh, and yeah,
But the
Addison.
yardage though, the
Yeah,
yardage, he has a lot of yards.
and the impact. He's really had some like the
Mhm.
games that he's had that done well. He's kind of dominated. Like,
What was the game he had 9 against the Saints, he had 9 catches, 140 yards.
yeah, that was a monster game.
Yeah.
It's a good class though. Addison has 9 touchdowns. Woo!
Addison is a monster. We got to see him next week. We got to see he got is that here or is that in Minnesota?
No, first one is in Minnesota.
That
Oh,
would
so
be
yeah, he
sweet.
has similar numbers. He has 62 catches and 800 yards, 824. And Laporta's only got like 600 and only has 6 touchdowns compared to his 9. So yeah, I can see.
Well, with those odds
Yeah.
being this late in the season, I don't see Sam Laporta winning Rookie of the Year.
Nah, unless he has a couple more games where he goes off for two plus touchdowns in a
Yeah,
game. Yeah, I can't see it. But that's neither here nor there. I mean, he's got a whole nother rookie on his team that's balling right now. So
yeah. We got 3 remaining games left. 2 versus the Vikings, 1 versus Dallas. And I would like to see us win at least 2 out of the last 3.
be nice. It'd
Be
be nice.
nice.
It'd be nice if we competed in Dallas and didn't lay an egg. You know.
So Foster, let me ask you. I'm gonna put you on blast.
Okay.
So are you thinking that we don't have a chance to beat Dallas?
I like our chances more now because I was definitely shaky going into this game. Um,
Yeah.
Honestly, more than anything, it's I think it's the defense that because I really think it's a momentum thing, and we just really needed to get off, break some bad habits that we had offensively. I mean,
Coach wants to know, Foster, be
no,
honest.
coach, no, coach knows. No, coach knows that my secondary team is the Cowboys. So this is kind of situations like this are kind
Wait
of
a minute. Hold
like
on,
they
Foster. Hold
are.
on,
It
man.
is
This is not a time to be on.
secondary.
You got to be on one side of the fence or the other, man. You drinking the Kool-Aid, or you got the cowboy boots on. Which one is it?
I mean, if I had to put money on it, I would definitely put it on the Cowboys for sure.
This is a sad day in Detroit,
But
man.
that's not what you asked me, though. That's not what you asked me. That's what Coach asked.
But I'm going to spin it though. I'm going to, what I ask and how I spin it is 2 different things, boss.
Okay, so what? So what was the original question, or what am I
I have
answering?
no idea, but we ain't gonna worry about
Oh
that.
well, okay. You said, do I? You said, what did you say? Do we have a chance or something? Is that what you
Yeah,
said?
yeah, I said that.
Yeah, I mean, I
But I
mean,
changed it. Well, we do it. You have a chance anytime you play. So that was like,
no,
oh,
well, yeah, like like a realistic. I think we have a realistic chance if our defense continues to play the way they are playing. But it was definitely a matter. It was definitely a matter of seeing if the offense has another shaky performance. Even if we win and it was like we scored 21 points or something like that, I would be more weary about it. But the fact that we got back we got back on the right track. Um, we're going to need that type of momentum going into this game because Dallas has a very tough defense.
for
Um,
sure, for sure.
but
Do
but
you
yeah,
think now I know it doesn't matter because you still have to line up and play, but is their defense better than Denver's?
yeah. Dallas,
Okay.
Dallas actually ranks well. Denver has been on a nice little run or whatever, but you got to remember Denver gave up 70 points, so them giving up 42 isn't really something to be surprising. They
Yeah.
like Denver is the worst against the run, and you saw it.
Yeah.
They're the worst against the run in the entire NFL.
Dallas also held Philly to 13 points last week. So
Philly and coach is a Philly. See, I'm gonna put him out there because he put me out there.
uh-oh.
Coach is
Uh-oh.
a Philly fan first, and Philly's been shitty lately.
Whoa, Foss. It's the children's show, man.
They don't watch on you. They don't watch on YouTube anyways.
Uh, hold on a second. Hold that thought. So coach is a Philly fan.
Big time, big time.
Okay. I ain't mad at that. I didn't mean to bring that up, but I'm just, about Dallas. I mean, that's who the Lions have within the next couple weeks. So that's why that was brought up. No shade towards
Big shade. What are you talking about?
Jerry World. Nobody wins in Dallas, says coach. Oh wow.
Yeah, I mean, that would be. I mean, it's a tough game. Tough game for sure.
It's a tough game. But we have to take care of business because if you look at it, Foss, I haven't looked, but I think there's a way if Minnesota wins both games, they could win the division.
What?
Okay. Let's say Minnesota beats Green Bay, right?
Okay.
That means they split with everybody except us. And if they win the 2 games versus us, they'll have a better conference record
Will
than
they
we
have more wins than us?
No, but they can still win the division.
No, you can't win the division with less wins. That's
You can't?
the tiebreaker is what is your divisional record. But nah, it's if we have 10 wins and they have 9 wins and they have more division, that doesn't matter.
Okay.
It's
I
the it's
wasn't sure about that.
it's a tiebreaker.
Wasn't
It's
sure
a
about that.
tiebreaker.
I wasn't sure about that. Hopefully that's what it is. And
Yeah, because we clinched. I want to. Oh no, we clinched the playoff. I guess today by
clinch the wild card, right?
at least the wild card.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah, we just gotta beat Minnesota one time, and then I feel like we win that. I feel like that solidifies the division.
Okay. So what I'm saying is, so let's say you don't win both of them. We don't win the division?
If we have the most wins in our division, we win. So
Period.
so we have 10 wins, right?
Yeah, and I think the way it plays out is that would be the scenario. They would have they would be 10-7,
And we would
and
be 10.
and if we lose to Dallas and Minnesota twice, we would be 10-7 as well. So they would win the
But they
division.
gotta they would have to win out though.
They would have to win out. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If they beat
Right.
Green
So
Bay,
beat
they
us
beat us twice,
twice. Oh, I see what
they
you're saying.
win the division, and
Gotcha.
we'll have the same record if we lose to Dallas. So
Right.
they still have a chance,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
and they have everything to play for. Uh, they have everything to play for, so they're going to be ready to play next Sunday. But I also don't feel I feel much better watching this game and watching the Vikings play earlier today
Yeah.
because that unstoppable defense is not unstoppable. And hey, you have to watch the the show that we do on Thursday. You have to listen to the show we did on Thursday with the NFC North division affiliates from FFSN, where the Vikings affiliate said that their defense was unstoppable. So that's where I was bringing reference to, and that unstoppable defense gave up 3 touchdowns in the 4th quarter today.
Yeah.
And a come from behind victory with Cincinnati. So,
Backup
I
quarterback.
yeah, backup quarterback as well.
Have
So,
we played any backup quarterbacks this year?
no.
Jameis Winston for a hot second, but
I mean, he didn't play a whole game.
no, he played like a quarter or some shit.
I'm hoping they don't switch quarterbacks and go to Dobbs.
You're hoping they don't go back to that?
No, don't go back to Dobbs.
Nah, Mullins. Well, I mean, they put up some points.
Well, the thing is with Mullins, he's not, he's a pocket guy.
Yeah, stay in the pocket.
Stay in the pocket.
Do your best golf impression.
Yeah. So, yeah. So I have an issue with mobile, even though we handled the mobile quarterback pretty good today.
Yeah,
He got away. He got away a couple times though.
He's not what he used to be.
Not what
don't
he used to
think.
be. But he's not golf. He's not golf. So I like today's game. I was very impressed with the defense. The offense had waking up. You have a grade for the offense and defense?
Oh, I was wondering we was going to get to that. I was about to.
Of course. Let me
Okay.
ask you, Foster. Like, how did you grade the offense today?
Offense, I gave a solid A.
I have no arguments with that.
Goff had 5 passing touchdowns. He took care of the ball. We ran it. our run, set up our pass, and all the when we talked about the optimism and what's the best, what would be the best case scenario for golf, we talked about nearly 300 yards passing. Brown gets involved. Laporta had 3 touchdowns. Jamo got some early targets. He got some catches. Gibbs had a few touchdowns. Everybody got a piece of the action. Reynolds had a catch. Donovan Peoples-Jones had a catch. So overall, can't really ask for much more. We started slow, but we put up 400. I mean, we put up well, we probably did put up 400 total yards, but we put up 42 points, which is it's a lot of points.
Yeah. I don't have any quarrels with that, and I agree with you. Solid A, 42 points, no turnovers. The offensive line protected very well. They were able to run the ball. They were able to pass. They had looked like they had weapons all over the field. And Gibbs, from the time Gibbs touched the ball, and you know, he had some great runs. He um, had a receiving touchdown, and then when you have Montgomery and he's doing what he's doing between the tackles, I mean, he's keeping the defense honest. He's getting those tough yards, and that offense was a fine tuned running machine today. Can't ask much more from that. Was not disappointed at all. Started off slow, but I expected that with this defense. Uh, started off slow, but once it got to going, it was going. How do you grade the defense, Foss?
Um, I gave him a B plus.
Yeah.
Overall, they gave up some, garbage, like, you know, contained defense, garbage yards late in the game, but for the most part, they did a good job of containing them. Broncos were not able to run the ball. Um, they got a few things going in the passing game, but if he had an amazing game, he had a sack in the game. Who else had a sack? Josh Pascal had a sack as well, um, from the inside, and we definitely been hoping that he would step up. And he had a tackle for a loss, and he had a pretty complete game. Anzalone was all over the field. I know he had a few pressures on Russell Wilson. Hutch was active per usual.
Iffy.
If he had the sack, he had a couple pass breakups. They stopped the run, which we do pretty well in general. And the opposite corner to Sutton, I mean, I really didn't see too much from Sutton, but the Vildor guy did really well.
Dorsey.
Dorsey did well as well. I didn't really see Jacobs out there, so um, I saw Branch. Branch made a couple plays, nothing too wild, but yeah, overall a complete effort from the trenches all the way back to the secondary. So I'll say B plus. We had one turnover. If Bugs takes it back to the house, we definitely that definitely breaks the A minus threshold because especially because he was rumbling.
I had a feeling he wasn't gonna make it though.
Nah, he never really picked up too much speed.
Nah. I give them a B plus, and I'm gonna tell you something. I was very worried in the very beginning. First play was a 40-yard pass to Judy, and then they had a 11-yard end around, and I was like, "That's 50 yards in 2 plays," and they're in field goal range already. And then you had the I don't know if it happened right after that, but during that series you had the sack by Iffy, forced fumble and Bugs, you know what I'm saying? So that kind of changed the momentum of the game. They They pressured Russell. The blitz packages were very, very good. They were blitzing from the corners and the safeties, and it looked uh, it looked magnificent. I loved the. I didn't notice any other time where the blitz looked really, really good, or they blitz as much from the secondary, but the blitz was there. They contained Russ pretty good. I almost want to give them an A minus, but the defense played. They scored 17 points, and I think it was only seven and what was it? Seven at half. No, it was 21 nothing at half, right?
Yeah, it was 21-0 at half, and they scored
So
that. They scored. We had
I'm
that one goal line stance.
yeah, I'm gonna
That
change that, Foster. I'm gonna give him an A minus.
yeah,
You held
the
them
goal.
out 20,
Yeah.
21 nothing first half, and they did score the first possession of the second half, but the offense answered back to make it 28-7. Held them to a field goal um, the next trip with those with those calls. Did he break the plane, Foster?
Um.
I thought the first on the catch he did.
Yeah, I thought. Yeah, I thought at least one of those was going to be a touchdown, but
When do we catch breaks like that though? It usually goes against us, but
it's a weird feeling.
yeah. But
Um, Coach got a question. You said.
yeah, hold on. I gotta answer Coach's question. Coach asks, who would be the one team you want to see the Lions play first round in the playoffs? I can't answer that, Coach, but I tell you, there's two teams that I don't want to see in the first round, and that would be Philly or San Francisco.
Well, we wouldn't though.
I'm just saying, like, other than that, it's fair game. It doesn't matter because even if you line up against Dallas, you've seen it before because we played them in the regular season.
True.
So,
True.
uh,
I'll tell you
you
who
know,
I wouldn't mind seeing, but it would be kind of an interesting dynamic, and it would be the Rams.
I don't want to see the Rams first. they're
Well, maybe.
they're
Well, actually, maybe. Well, so okay. So who? Somebody's got to win out of the South. Who you want is somebody. You want somebody out of the South. Actually, like the Falcons. We swept the South, right?
yeah, but this is if you notice, I did say I don't want to see the Rams, and this is why Coach said Rams coming in hot. They are balling right now, and
Are they?
yeah, I don't want to see them. Well, like I said, it doesn't matter. Like I'm not going to sit up here.
Well, I won't
Like
say it doesn't matter, but
well, no, it's like you can't sit up there and want your team to play in the playoffs and this, that, and other, and then be like, I don't want to play them first.
well, I mean
Bring them on
that's the reason why you try to leverage yourself into a first round bye is because you want
for
a
sure, for
easier road.
sure,
So I
for
mean,
sure.
you don't necessarily want to just come in there guns ablazing like I want it with anybody like
Well, the people that get the first round buys, you don't have to worry about.
yeah,
You're not going to play those first in the dangerous teams. You're not going to play because they're getting a first round buy. So
yeah,
I'm not going to sit up here and be picky with what's left. Like, no, I don't want to play them. I don't want to play them. I guess we'll play them. Then you line up against them and lose.
well, yeah. That ain't our job to
No,
play the game, but like we know good and damn well we don't want to see the Seahawks.
I want revenge.
You can want revenge, but that's not a team that I'm just dying to line up with. Are they hot right now? Like, what is this record? I'm trying to schedule that. It's weird.
I don't know, but Seattle is
They just lost to the Ravens.
like for Seattle, right?
Packers. They're not. This shit is weird. But anyways, go ahead.
Seattle is like I don't know, man.
My Seattle is always tough.
They're tough, but
They already beat us, so there's nothing we can't really front on them.
well, here it is, right? When we play like a team like Chicago and Green Bay and lose to them, there's always, well, it's hard to beat a team twice. We gotta keep that same energy when we play them the second time.
Shit.
It's gonna be hard for them to beat us twice. You can't sit up here and say and be okay with losing to Green Bay and Chicago in the second game and say it's
I'm
hard.
not really okay with it,
But
but
I've heard you say it's
it
hard to
is.
beat a team twice.
Yeah.
You got to keep that same energy.
Yeah. But when you get to the playoffs, though, it's kind of, I don't know. I feel like it's a little different. It's a one and done situation. So
Seahawks on it. Coach says Seahawks on the skid. Walker been hurt. It's not Walker who got crazy on us. It was those tight ends that got crazy on us.
oh yeah,
and
I forgot about that.
and Smith and Geno Smith. Geno Smith and those tight ends went buck wild on us. They didn't run the ball like that. They just
I think Walker did score. I think Walker did score though.
I mean, scoring is one thing, but those tight ends, 8.
Yeah,
We didn't have an answer for them, and we were fully healthy in the defensive backfield.
I think Gardner was already kind of hurt though. That's the last game he played.
So,
Walker had 2 touchdowns.
How many yards overall? They had 2 touchdowns because they was close in, and they were short yardage touchdowns, I'm sure of. He didn't go crazy.
Yeah, I mean, he only had 43 yards, but
Yeah.
touchdowns are touchdowns, though.
A touchdown's a touchdown, but if you're scoring from the 3 and everybody else didn't got you there, he didn't hurt us like that. It was the rest of the team.
That's the one that mattered, though.
But, bruh, he didn't score until you got him down there. If you stop them from getting down there, what does he do? So you mean to tell me, hold on. So you can go 80 yards, right? Bring a running back off the bench while you're in the field. He ain't touched the ball and bring him in, and he hurt you?
To ask the New Orleans Saints how important it is to punch it in.
No. Answer.
I'm just saying.
Answer my
all
question.
All I'm saying is that you
don't question. If you bring somebody off the bench after they did all the work and got you down there, and they score from the goal from the red zone. I'll even say the red zone. Is this the guy that hurt you?
Yeah, if he scored it. You don't get points for getting yards.
I say you got to get there.
You can't.
I think if you hold a running back to 40-some yards, you've done your thing. But if he's scoring from the red zone, you got to stop them from getting down there. We just have 2 different. I just disagree. He didn't hurt us. I mean, he scored, but the
score hurt you though. They do.
Of course it did. But who said he? Okay, Foster. We just think differently.
My thing is this: when you're on the 2-yard line and everybody knows you're getting the ball, it's not that easy. It's not that easy.
Well, it was easy getting down there. That's my thing. Those tight ends and Geno Smith running around and buying time, no pass rush.
That's why I don't want to see him. Do we have an answer for the tight ends now? Did something?
I mean, that can happen against anybody, though. You don't have, like, you can't sit up here and I don't know, man. I just think differently. I just got a different philosophy. The teams that are most dangerous have the bye week.
Yeah.
They have the first round bye.
He said, "Who don't you want to see in the first round of playoffs?"
No, he said, "Who would you rather play?"
Who would be the one team you want to see the Lions play in the first round of playoffs? Mm-hmm. So we know we're not going to see a bye week team in the first round of playoffs.
But my answer was the teams that I don't have an answer for it, but the teams that I don't want to see will be probably have the first round bye. So it doesn't really matter. That was my answer.
You should. It's not that tough of a question.
Huh?
It's not that tough of a question to answer.
I mean, I don't know who's in it. It's still the playoff race is still forming down there for the rest of them.
Yeah, it's just the hype. It's a hypothetical. It's a hypothetical. We don't know who's in the playoffs.
Okay, like I think the NFC South is really, really tough. I mean, like, as far as between them amongst them making it, I
You
think
said
it's
tough to
between
determine who's gonna make it or
yeah,
tough.
between Tampa Bay and between Atlanta, and I think it's New
Thanks.
Orleans still in play for it, right?
Yeah,
So,
that's probably the team you want to play. Is out of the 500 cellar dweller teams in
I don't
NFC.
wanna play the Saints.
Hmm. Hmm. We started off 21-0 against them.
That's the thing, man. Derek Carr was looking like a star, though.
Eventually, but certainly not while it was 21-0.
I mean, of course not, but they made a game out of it, though, Foster, and he was looking like the best he's looked all season.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, possibly. The
I
call was
don't know,
the
man.
call was BS anyway. So
I don't know, man. I mean, was it Atlanta was a tough game, correct?
somewhat.
And the Buccaneers,
It was a close game too.
it's a close game till the end. Both games, J-Mo made a play to win. I mean, to break it open.
Yeah, you're gonna play some tough. You're gonna play some tough games. There's not
I
a
think it's
team.
just, I think it's not a tough matchup you can't face in the playoffs this year.
There's easier one like two teams I don't want to see are the Bears and Packers.
That and I was gonna say that, Foster. Like I don't want to see nobody from my division make it. Like, win the division and you know what I'm saying, you beat the Vikings twice. Hopefully the Vikings will beat Green Bay, and they're not in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's the scenario. I don't want to see no one from our division in there except us.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want another crack at Green Bay? You don't want payback?
Oh no. Maybe almost made me.
You don't want no Bears vengeance? We back, baby. We back.
No,
The offense
definitely
is
not.
back. The offense is back, Foss. Hold that thought.
You got caught. Right.
So, what do you
Uh-oh.
think about this upcoming game versus the Vikings? How you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good. I mean, we're coming off a strong victory. Um, I don't know. It's tough to call. Obviously, Justin Jefferson. They got a lot of weapons. It's going to come down to how well their quarterback plays. Um, I think they're kind of one dimensional. I don't think they have a very good running game, and our defense is getting healthier and healthier every week. I think our defense has had two solid weeks in a row because I think they were pretty good against Chicago, all things considered.
Yeah.
And I think there's some opportunities to put up some points on Minnesota as long as that pressure doesn't get to us, because we know what type of issues that is going to present for Mr. Goff, and as long as he's not in a philanthropic mood of giving. I think we should be all right, but I think it's going to be a competitive game. So the Vikings play inside or outside?
I think they have one of those domes that close.
Okay, yeah. I think the fact that it's inside bodes well for us. You see how well Goff plays in favorable weather, but I think it'll be a competitive game for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. I think they're going to shoot their best shot because they have everything's on the line for them.
Yeah, this is kind of it for them. Like they gotta.
Like they lose this game, it's over for them.
Yep.
It's over for them. So they have to. They have to let it all hang out. Pause if they're applicable, but they gotta. They just gotta go in there and they gotta play their best. They gotta can't play scared. They gotta throw the kitchen sink in the playbook. They gotta they gotta go all out because their season's on the line. As bad as they played all year, their season is finally on the line, like in week 15.
They hung in there.
They hung in there. They hung in there. They had a tough, a rough start at the beginning of the season. I think they were like 1-5, something like that.
I'm not sure.
It was a rough patch for them. They were behind like crazy.
Yeah.
And to be where they're at now, because there was a time when we were sitting real pretty at 8-2.
But it was just so early. It was just like,
Yeah. Sitting real pretty at 8-2. That was crazy. And they brought that up today too in the broadcast. They said, the Lions started off 8-2, now they're 9-4. I was like, wow, really? But we are 10-4. We're on pace to what we predicted before the season started. Me and Foster both agreed 11-6 and winning the division was what we thought would happen. We're on par and on pace to be 11-6. Could possibly be better. But let's see. You know what would be crazy for us? If you win these last 3 games and get a first round bye. Possibly.
Need that.
If you think about it, what's Philly record? They lost 3. They lost their last 2 against Frisco and Dallas. They were 10-1 going into those games, so they're 10-3. If they drop one more, but by the season's end, and we win the rest of ours, we'll have the same record.
Yeah.
So it's a first round bye is not out the question.
We still in it. Yeah, the 49ers are 10-3. And yeah, so they're all tied for.
Yeah. We're only a game behind. Dallas is 10-3, right?
Yeah.
We're only a game behind them.
Yeah. Well, yeah. They just haven't played yet.
Yeah.
Everybody in the NFC South is 6-7 except for the Panthers.
Oh man. If you're 6-7 and still in the hunt, you're feeling all right.
Yeah, you're in that middle area of purgatory where it's like, do we suck? Should we be, tanking at this point? Like,
so the reason we didn't make the playoffs last year is because Minnesota was just that good in the standings, correct?
Well, yeah, and the fact that we couldn't surpass the other wild cards because there's like a whole bunch of those nowadays, right?
For sure. Yeah.
Giants and I can't remember who else. Seahawks. The Seahawks kept us out last year, right?
Kept us out.
Yeah.
That loss to Carolina hurt as well.
Yeah, we needed that one.
That's the one that got us out of the playoffs. That got us eliminated when we lost that 29-0. There's another game last year, 29-0. That the Patriots.
We didn't get blanked, did we?
It was 29-0.
Wow.
The Patriots blanked us 29-0 as well.
Dang, yeah, we were bad.
Those were 2 games that was head scratchers. Like how? Now I could be wrong about the Carolina Panthers score, but I know we lost 29-0 to the Patriots. I do know that.
Yeah.
So it was pretty bad though. We had no business losing to neither one of those teams.
Oh no, it wasn't. No, we didn't get shut out.
I know it was a bad loss though.
Yeah, he lost by 2 touchdowns. We just gave up a whole bunch of rushing yards.
They ran the ball like crazy. Like I
Yeah.
couldn't understand it.
It's hard to believe now because we've been so good against the run. I don't even really know our personnel up front hasn't even really changed.
I'm gonna tell you something, Foster, and I'm gonna ask you something, at the same time. This defense of ours are going to face 2 out of these last 3 games, because we played Minnesota twice. 2 of the last 3 games have very, very good passing offenses. It's gonna be a test for us. How do you think we'll hold up against these passing offenses? Or is that remains to be seen? Because I tell you this, if this defense shows up to those games,
Well,
I'm okay.
keep in mind the. Am I still?
You good now.
Am I back?
You good now.
The Vikings have good weapons, but the Vikings have good weapons, but their quarterback, I'm not 100% sold on that portion of it. So
Neither one of them, Dobbs or Mullins. I'm not
now the
sold on.
Cowboys, that
Yeah,
right.
yeah. They got weapons all over the field.
But
Dak gets it done.
but Dak, I don't know. Yeah,
Dak
in
gets it
Dallas
done.
at that,
Yeah, he can get it done. He can lay a stinker every now and then, but he primarily gets it done. He's been doing pretty good this year, for sure. So we'll be on later on this week for maybe a preview. We're definitely going to do a featured player of the week. That's Foster's segment, and he's going to talk about a player of the week. And I just step aside and let him do his thing. And I want to just thank everybody for stopping in and checking us out. If you miss this show or miss a part of this show, you can check us out on Spotify, iHeartRadio, any of the streaming services. Just type in Bleachers to Speakers FFSN. You'll find us. Download the episode. Check us out. And if you're listening, check us out on Motor City Metrics. That's the YouTube page. Go to Motor City Metrics. Check out Bleachers to Speakers there. You can watch us and check out our old shows as well. And share them. Let your people know. If you got Lions fans out there that want to that like podcasts and want to listen to a good positive show, uh, you know, pass the word. Coach says, "Happy early Christmas and holidays, everyone. Travel safe." Yes, definitely. Foster, we'll be on before Christmas. We'll be back on before Christmas. So I don't want
this week coming up.
Yeah, so I don't want to say Merry Christmas to people and make people and have them think we won't be back. We'll be back before Christmas, but for those that are celebrating or maybe celebrating early, happy holidays. Be safe, be responsible. Ask Santa for a Lions victory versus Minnesota.
Hopefully, you've earned your gift.
Yeah,
LP.
for sure. Foster, you got anything you want to say before we get out of here?
Great win today. Y'all made me look smart. Because I
wait, hold on. That wait. Hold on. That can't. I'm not gonna let this show go without mentioning. Foster said on the NFC North Division show what needs to happen today for a win, and he was spot on. He said Goff. He expected Goff to pass for 300 yards. What else did you say, Foster?
That he was going to take care of the ball. I said I gave him grace on the interception, but only if he has at least 4 touchdowns. He gave us 5. So, instead of giving us an interception with the 4, he just added on an extra touchdown. And that he would distribute the ball around to St. Brown, Laporta, more targets for Jamison Williams, and also said that we would we would get force some turnovers, whether it be a forced fumble, interception, some things of that nature. We got the forced fumble out the way early. So yeah, pretty much, I figured that he would, Goff would get back right, when the inside the dome, with the fans behind him and stuff like that, and he did a good job of doing all that stuff. I can't complain about too much or nothing, to be honest.
Yeah, shout out to Foster, man. Foster nailed it. He said what was going to happen. He said what needed to happen, and it happened just like he said he was. I got to give him props on that, man. He usually be wrong all the time, but he got this one right this week.
Yeah, you know.
We're gonna get out of here, Foster. Foster is looks like he's ready for bed. I know you guys are. It's late. We'll
We did it
thank
though.
you
We
for chiming
made
in, man. I'm going to enjoy my Sunday. There's no Lions football because we took care of business today. Our closest team in the division lost, and we'll be watching TV tomorrow and hoping Green Bay loses as well.
for sure,
And the Bears.
and the Bears.